morning, guys. It's about 6:15 in the morning on November 21st. It's Friday. Let's have a cup of coffee together this morning, and I want to talk to you about a potential missed opportunity on your charts that you just might not be looking for. Now, a lot of people are trading the opening range break, and the videos that we've made about the opening range break have gotten a lot of attention, which has been fantastic. But sometimes the opening range break and retest doesn't present itself every single day, and you're just like, I'm not going to have a trade today. But if you add this other indicator on, there may be another opportunity there that you can get a 1 to 2 risk to reward pretty simple on. So let me show you what that is. Let's go to the charts. Right here is ES, and you can do this on any chart. I'm just using this as an example because I was looking at it this morning to get ready for market open. So if you come into indicators and you search and find this indicator right here, previous highs and lows by Lux Algo. You want to click that and add it to your chart, and it's going to look like this with these numbers over here on the right hand side and these lines drawn out. Now, when you're looking at these charts, and this also is going to carry into next week, you can see here, let me zoom in. There's these little numbers next to all of these little lines right here. See all of these? It says 1 and 4 and 2 and all of that. Well, the reason why these are important is because over here in the settings of this indicator, you can see that this is showing the last four, and it's showing the last 4 days previous highs and lows. So red are the highs, green are the lows. You can flip flop these if you want. These are just how the indicator comes. So I'm going to leave it as is for the sake of this example, but it would make sense to have your highs, you like your bullish signal on the chart to be green and your lows to be red. But I didn't design this indicator, so I'm just going to leave it as is for the sake of the video. Now you can see here, this is a high from day two. That's why the number two is next to it. It blew right past that. But when even today or next week ES starts to correct and it's going this way, one of two things will happen. You're going to get up here into this zone and you have a 1 and a 4 right here. So yesterday's daily high and 4 days ago daily high are untested, except number one got touched, and immediately look what it did when that day high got touched. It immediately slammed to the bottom, like all the way down. So this is a very strong zone right here. This 1 and 4 is going to act like a massive zone. So as this starts to tick up back into this area, we're most likely going to face a rejection right here. This is going to be a small little pop back down. You could be looking to target some longs or some shorts there, excuse me. And then as it passes this, this is going to be a heavy, I mean, there's no way it blows by this because you're going to have yesterday and then also 4 days ago, which would have been Monday trading day, where this is going to be defended heavily. So the minute this starts getting close to here, I'm going short. I'm setting my stop loss basically just like this. Let me show you. As this gets closer, I'm going to be setting my short right here in the middle. I'm going to set it just a few points above, like so, and I'm going to target like a 1 to 5 and just let it reject and let it pop super hard and run the other way because there's no way it's blowing by this without some rejection here. So that's one. The other one is, as you can see down here at the bottom, these greens in this zone right here. It's green because it's a zone, and you can see it pinged the low. Zero is yesterday. It pinged that low and then immediately went back. And then right here from yesterday, this is the low as well. And it's not dropping below that. This is another defendable zone today that is a level of support. So when the market opens, if it starts going bearish, there will be a level of resistance here. There will also be a level of resistance here. As of right now, this is the new low for the day. So these also are going to be some support zones where you can battle back in some longs because this opportunity will present itself. I'm so confident in it that I would set mine kind of like this as it's getting closer. And I would probably just leave this here. This would be a 1 to 3, a 1 to 4. But this is certainly going to see some action. This is certainly going to see some action. And then up at the top, if you're looking at your previous day highs and lows, you could absolutely make some killer money here. I mean, look at this one, like as the perfect example. It touches that, and then look, it goes from 67.88 all the way down when it's done to 65.87, a 200 point drop on ES. I mean, I don't know if you guys know how much money you would have made if you would have played this, But let's say you ended up going in like here, just as an example. You set your stop loss above where that high is so you don't get ticked out. And then look, you could have ran this all the way down to here. I mean, if you would have just trailed it down a 14 point to 217, I mean, you're talking almost a 1 to 15 return by just monitoring the previous day highs and lows. So, guys, that right there is what you can do to target another opportunity when you're doing the opening range break. The opening range break and retest doesn't present itself every single day. Neither does the 15-minute if you do the 15-minute orb strategy, and neither does an opening range break with a fair value gap. Sometimes it just goes that day and it's a slow tick grind. But if you pay attention to previous day highs and lows, there is always another money making opportunity as long as it's part of your strategy. So I would add that indicator and just keep your eye on it. You can back test it, you can watch it, and just have it there in the back of your mind that if it starts running hard, there is going to be a point of rejection, and you want to know where that is. Whether it's a rejection or a support, you want to know where it is because it could just be a quick 1 to 2 scalp. As we showed there, you could get a 1 to 15 if you're monitoring those daily highs.